I became a product manager by accident with zero experience and no formal background, and I still managed to break into the role somehow. And in today's video, I want to reflect on that and I want to share with you how I actually did it. So the story started with my career as a data analyst and risk. I started my work path at UniCredit and in Big Four at Ernst& Young. But somehow I felt early on that I want to be closer to building products rather than just analyzing them. And this is when I realized that I want to move into some roles that are more ownership oriented. At that time, I didn't know what is product management and what that even this role exists. And the story with product management actually started when I quit corporate after a year and a half, and I decided to build something of my own. It was two e-commerce businesses. I was then living in Romania, and I decided to try my entrepreneurial skills to build something on Shopify. And it was actually the time when I became a product manager without actually knowing that I'm a product manager. At that time, I didn't know that most of the stuff that you do as an entrepreneur is actually managing the product. It was the time when I learned how to do market research, user research, finding pain points, trying to solve those pain points with some useful products, because that is the whole purpose of business and product management, to solve the right problem with your product. As a co-founder, I also learned how to build funnels, how to build a roadmap, features, and so on. So this experience really shaped my future understanding where I want to be in my career. So after some time, a year and a half, we achieved product market fit, and the partner with whom I co-founded the businesses proposed to buy me out, and it was a really good price. So I thought that, yeah, maybe that's a good opportunity for me to exit, and I could build something of my own later on. This was the time when I was invited to work on a product role in fintech. About fintech, I knew very little, but I had the experience of being a merchant. This gave me somehow the competitive advantage compared to other candidates or other peers. Being a merchant really taught me how to deal with checkout flows, payment flows, how to integrate Stripe or different payment methods, how to optimize for conversion. So it really gave me the perspective of the user, and I think that really helped me to get the job. So the next step in my career after selling the businesses I was in was moving into a product analyst role. And as a product analyst, I was basically assisting the product manager into the day-to-day job. But I quickly learned the payments landscape, and it was really fascinating job and fascinating information for me to deal with products such as payment gateways, processors, and really learning the backend of the payments and what happens in those 1 or 2 seconds when you swipe your card or you press buy now on the website. So I quickly got promoted to a product manager role because that experience as a merchant made me think about the use cases and pain points of the merchant. So I quickly started the ownership of some client-facing features of our products. And this made the difference, and made the difference probably in the decision to promote me. And as a product manager in that position, I basically took ownership of why we are building what we're building. I learned that product management is not only about features and road mapping, is also about aligning different stakeholders, collaborating a lot with business, with sales, with marketing, with C-level, and with developers and BAs and so on. So it was really fascinating for me to be that linkage or the bridge between business and tech, and to really have the ownership to shape the product and to see that this product is actually used by someone and getting feedback and iterating and so on. So this is how actually I felt that product management is really exciting for me, and in general the payment landscape and fintech. And now when I think about it and I reflect on my actions in my career, I realize that I didn't follow a standard career path. When you go into an organization and try to climb the ladder, and you start as a junior and you move up until you reach the level of product manager. My path was a little bit more chaotic, but I think this is also an advantage depending how to you look at it, and depending how you frame it in your interviews, because this experience of data and risk analyst combined with co-founder mindset and the entrepreneurial spirit is actually what made the difference and what propelled me into the role of the product manager. Because as a product manager, you are really like a mini CEO of the product, and it's really the purpose of the role is to translate the organization strategy into your product, and how the product can really fulfill that strategy, those KPIs, those sales targets and so on. So yeah, I didn't have proper training. I had zero experience in like what's product management. And yeah, I didn't wait for the right moment or course to be completed, or I didn't have any fancy certification. And this is actually a big advice to you as a beginner product manager. Don't wait for anything, and if you can leverage the knowledge that you already have with some small project of yours, with some small product of features that you could put in your portfolio, you can actually become a good product manager and pass the interviews, because you can frame your experience towards the role. You can translate any skill towards product management, because a product manager is a little bit of everything. A little bit of communicator, a little bit of BA, a little bit of strategist, consultant, and so on. So yeah, don't get discouraged if you don't have the formal training or you don't have the perfect certification. Just start building early on, and start building your portfolio, let's say, and have fun. This is the most important thing, to have fun along the way. That's kind of it from my side. I'm not a big speaker on YouTube, and it's really weird to talking to the camera. But I'm trying. Because I have some free time, and why not? Maybe I could motivate someone to pursue this career of product management. So stay tuned for the future. I will post more about product management, and if you like it, give this video a like and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.